This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Paulie Ice Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, the Dairy Barn, and the Grinnell Booster Club. Welcome to this afternoon of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network, our broadcast at TT Craney Field of the Grinnell Varsity Soccer versus Knoxville. We are approximately 8 minutes and 22 seconds away from game time. We'll be back on the air about 4 minutes before. Give some introduction. Blake Walker is here for the call. We have Jeff Blanchard as our guest assistants on some of our calls we don't know we're calling, and we'll make it through the afternoon. So sit back and watch a little of the pregame, and we'll be back with 4 minutes to go. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Tiger Sports Live Stream Network soccer broadcast, girls soccer broadcast. We got a great game on tap tonight. It's the 4-4 Grinnell Tigers taking on the 5-5 Knoxville Panthers. Blake Walker, Dan Walker, Tyler Walker's up here, Jeff Blanchard's up here helping us with the rules this evening. We got a great soccer match in front of us. Captains are currently meeting here just in front of us down below. It is a windy night here at Grinnell High School. The ball is going to be carrying, that is for sure. About 10-mile-an-hour wind gusts is what we're looking at. Somehow it's only 59 degrees. I find that hard to believe. Could rain later in the game. Hoping that doesn't happen and we get a clear game because there hasn't been many clear games this year for Grinnell soccer. So we'll see what happens going forward. Grinnell coming off a win against Indianola in their last outing. Tyler, you called that game. Tyler doesn't have his mic on right now, but Tyler called that game, and a 2-1 victory. Was that the game you called, Tyler? We'll wait till he puts his mic on here.
Yes.
So that was the game that you called, Tyler. And, I know you haven't done a ton of soccer before, but that was a big win for Grinnell.
I'd say Grinnell definitely did not have the pace in the first half, but towards the second half, once they started getting the rhythm going, they definitely controlled it. Obviously, the wind made the biggest factor. I'd say, depending on where you were on the first half, the ball either went 10 yards up into the air and straight back down, or went 50 yards the direction that you wanted it to go.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how Grinnell can carry a little bit of momentum as they go throughout. Overall on paper, both these teams pretty even. Knoxville has quite a couple more shots on goal than Grinnell does. 107 for the Panthers, just 64 for the Tigers on the season. But saves category, Grinnell's 85% on the save percentage side, 80 saves on the year, Knoxville 72%, and 79 saves on the season. So we're going to step aside real quick, and we'll be back for the opening go of this one. It's Knoxville and Grinnell coming up on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. All right, national anthem has been done. Starting lineups have been done as well. We're just about set to get going here. Grinnell 4-4 on the season. Their last 5, 3 losses. Dallas Center Grimes, Pella Christian, and Ballard, and wins over Mid Prairie, Wellman, and Indianola in their last outing. Grinnell hasn't beaten the Panthers since 2018 when a 1-0 victory came about. Knoxville won in 2019 2-0, did not play in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and then last year Knoxville defeated Grinnell 2-1. So lower scoring games between these two teams, good defensive battles. Knoxville 5-5 on the season. They've won 4 out of their last 5 against Nottoway Valley, Fairfield, Sheraton, and Centerville, with a loss to Central Iowa United on the way. So here we go. Grinnell and Knoxville, 40 minutes on the board. And we are off and running as the sun's starting to peek out just a little bit to start this one. And we hope the weather stays the same. Obviously very windy, we talked about in the pregame just a little bit. Could be a factor as they go throughout, as Grinnell just starts to swing it around here between the defenders in the back. Upfield, Mariah Van Ursvelt. She's being bumped around with Brooke Moore, the senior, up there on that far side of the field. And out of bounds, it'll be, I think, Knoxville ball, yes. Nope, Grinnell ball. Bridget Blanchard will throw in here for Grinnell. One thing I think you'll start to notice throughout the game, is that Knoxville's depth, not as much as Grinnell. I count only 3 or 4 players on the bench for Knoxville. Grinnell has a couple more than that. Sydney Miller, a shot attempt, misses to the right.
Sydney Miller just coming off of, I think, what is called a hat trick in soccer, where she had what we saw as 3 goals against Indianola. Varsity Bound only has down at 1, but Dad and I can agree. It was definitely 3.
Another shot attempt there by Grinnell, picked up by the goalkeeper Abby Waddle for Knoxville. Waddle on the season, 75 saves coming in, 72% save percentage for the Panthers. As Knoxville tries to get upfield here a little bit, as we're just getting going here in this afternoon's soccer match. Far side, that's Janae Baker. Grinnell was able to keep it out. I'm not sure who it was on the far side. Maybe McKenna Smith on the defensive side. At the goalkeeper position for Grinnell is the sophomore Olivia Renzi. As this one's going to get kicked way out of play for everyone to get to. Out of bounds. Knoxville ball. This will be thrown in by Kira Dever, the senior. Knoxville gets it in play, out of bounds. Once again, this time Valley Joe Hosberger will throw in for Grinnell. Nope, they're going to give this one to Lauren Pease. It's nice when they keep their same number from the basketball season. Helps me out a little bit. Grinnell looks to push. Blanchard gets it upfield, intended for Van Ursvelt. Knoxville takes it right back away. And here's Taylor Smith for the Panthers. She might get it taken away by Kay Widener. Both teams no issues so far getting up and down the field. Knoxville's into Grinnell territory quite a bit here. And what are they going to give it to? Throw in on the far corner? Yes. So, Jeff, we'll have you hop in for the first time. So, when the ball is, how do we differentiate a throw in on the side for the defensive team and a goal kick for the defensive team?
So a throw-in happens whenever the ball comes over the sideline here, which in soccer we call the touch line, because when it is across that line, you can touch it.
Yep.
And then a goal kick or a corner kick or a goal will happen when the ball crosses the goal line at either end of the field.
Yes.
So depending on who it goes off of, that's who the possession goes to. So throw-ins come on the sides, and goal kicks are over the end lines.
Yes. There you go. There's your first little tidbit of the day. Like I said, both teams kind of going up and down the field here. Blanchard threw in on that far side, and Knoxville trying to get numbers as they get this one to the middle of the field. Hausberger sends it over here to Sidney Miller. And Sidney gets it upfield to Ivy Schmidt. It's going to be a one-on-one for Ivy and Waddle, and misses. Waddle missed it on the dive attempt. Ivy tries to kick it back across. Ball's still going loose. Ivy Schmidt gets it through someone's leg and up and in. And your first goal of the game goes to the senior Ivy Schmidt. That thing kind of got bounced around a little bit. Waddle kind of missed it when she went to dive on it. And just like that, Grinnell's on the board 1-0. I thought maybe how the ball got bounced, Shiloh Smith looked like she was going to come around and maybe sneak it in herself. And I think her kind of missed kick sent it right to Ivy's direction and then able to finish it there. So a quick score for Grinnell with roughly 35 minutes to go here in this first half. An early score nonetheless for the Tigers. Grinnell looks to run again. Blanchard kicks it all the way upfield. Sidney Miller will try to chase after it. Just gets to it on the touch line. Out of bounds. They're going to call it back here on this near line. But good to see Grinnell running out in front. What do you got?
So one of the things about the ball being in and out of play in soccer is that it's exactly the opposite of basketball. So the player can be out of bounds and the ball can be on the line. In fact, the ball can be almost all the way out. And if any part of it is still over the line, it is still in play, and it doesn't matter where the player is.
Lauren Pease will throw in here for Grinnell. Knoxville looks to get going, pushing it upfield. Hausberger almost gets in front of it. Here's Larissa Wells. Gets it to Hannah Lindsley as they try to center. Here comes Wells back the other way, or excuse me, that's Taylor Jones, number 14 for Knoxville. Offensive push attempt to no avail for Knoxville. Now they'll try to take it back from Grinnell as they look to go back the other way. Miller all the way upfield. Can anyone get there? No, it'll land right into Waddle's hands. And she'll send it back the other way. High boot brings a lot of guys, or a lot of girls together here on that far side. Grinnell's doing a good job pretty much staying in front of everything Knoxville's throwing at him here on the offensive side. Panthers have been down on this side a couple of times, not as much as Grinnell's been in Knoxville possession territory. I think Van Ersvelt, Blanchard are over there. Widener's over there. Someone trying their best to clear it out. Shiloh Smith centered it, a little too far off, out of bounds. And the Panthers throw in. That's a big, long throw in there for Kira Dever. Knoxville trying to get something going here on offense. Nice back and forth action. Here's Larissa Wells. Misses that one just a little bit. Nothing shy of good attacks by both teams so far. There was a header attempt missed by Sidney Miller, and now Bridget Blanchard has it at the middle of the field here. Nice quote-unquote defensive play by Emily Dean of Knoxville. Valley Joe Hausberger gets it to Miller. Sidney's going to tiptoe the touch line, and here comes Knoxville back the other way. Hannah Lindsley gets it all the way across field. Here's Janae Baker, and Baker runs it out of bounds on that far side. Couple times Knoxville's been able to get down here, just can't quite keep it in bounds. It kind of been pushed out to the corners. 31-17 to go here in the first half. It's Grinnell on top 1-0 over Knoxville. Here's Ivy Schmidt. Sends that one a little too far down the field, and Waddle picks it up and sends it back the other way. One thing we know about Ivy, going to be aggressive on the offensive side, try to set up her teammates to the best of her ability. Ivy leads the team in goals with 8 on the year. Talk about how hard conference play is. Grinnell with a 4-4 record. You'll take conference wins when you get them. Considering 2 of the top 5 goal getters in the state are from the Little Hawkeye Conference. JoJo Bice of Norwalk with 27 goals on the season, and Pella's Abby Warner with 24 on the season. Puts into perspective goal getting. I can't think of the girl's name off the top of my head, but the leader of goals this season is a Dyke New Hartford girl, 36. So 9 more than the second closest. Sydney Miller going to try to work her way upfield to Taylor Smith. Not going to get there in time. Waddle's able to get it within her grasp. So a couple saves here. Knoxville doing a good job at least getting it past the middle of the field, but just can't quite do anything with it. As our sunshine's going away here. We had it for a short moment. Cloud cover starting to try to sneak its way back in. Lauren Pease. A couple bumps here out of bounds. So Jeff, we see bumping a lot. A lot of players, trying to get arms with each other going after the ball. As a referee yourself, when's really the time that you blow the whistle? What are you looking for most when you blow the whistle and trying to possibly call a foul?
Okay, so there's 2 things. One, right there, the player is shielding the ball, and the ball is within playing distance. So if the ball is within playing distance and a player is shielding the ball, the wording is they can be fairly charged from behind, which means that you can push on them when they are trying to shield the ball. And then the second thing is that challenge right there is perfectly legitimate. Because it is from the side, shoulder to shoulder, both players are on the ground, have at least 1 foot on the ground, and the ball was within playing distance. So that is totally fine. You are certainly allowed to win the ball by physically removing the player from possession of the ball, provided you do it with your shoulder into their shoulder or into wherever it is on their body that would be the shoulder at your height. And so all of that, most of this contact, the reason it's not called is that it's not a foul.
It is incredible, though. I was doing that Valley Dowling game earlier this week. A lot of shielding will happen, and it's amazing the amount of parents that think a lot of shielding is a penalty or is a foul.
Well, to be honest, it's not just the parents. A lot of the players think it's a foul, and a lot of the coaches think it's a foul. Yes. But it's not.
Back and forth we go here. Grinnell on top of Knoxville with 27:49 to go in the first half. I tell you what, Taylor Jones for Knoxville, she's had a couple big opportunities coming down this way for Knoxville on the offensive side, just hasn't been able to finish exactly. If they can get just a couple more numbers down there, they'll be set up pretty nicely. Sydney Miller leads a charge here on this right side of your screen here. Can Grinnell get a breakaway? Running along after it is Shiloh Smith, but kicking it out of bounds is Charlie Heffron. It's crazy because in other sports, you don't want to go out of bounds, but most of the time in soccer, if you're not in a good position, you'll kick it right out of bounds. Ivy Schmidt, a shot on goal from the left side, misses just left of the goal. And Wada will kick it out here for the Panthers. Have we seen any substitutions yet today? I don't think we have. Oh, did we see one?
Just saw number 3 come in for number 1 there.
Just wanted to check. So that was Ava Van Dosselaar comes in for Larissa Wells. I was wondering. I was like, Grinnell certainly hasn't. Here's Knoxville with a nice little breakaway. I believe that is Janae Baker on the far side. Centers it to Hannah Lindsley. And Lindsley misses, or gets it shanked out of bounds a little bit. Nice job by Taylor Smith to jump in front of that attempt by Knoxville to try to center it. Van Ersvelt gets a foot on it, sends it a little bit farther upfield. And Knoxville, no stranger to scoring goals. 3 against their win in Centerville, 4 against Sheraton, and 8 against Fairfield. And in those games, didn't give up a single point. Now, granted, Grinnell is the best out of those teams that they're facing, but still, impressive defense is impressive defense. Bridget Blanchard had collision there with Van Dossler. Van Dossler's going to help her up. And Bridget gets right back up. Kira Dever throws in here for Knoxville. And Lauren Pease jumps in front of that one. Both teams have had a couple breakaways. Obviously, Grinnell scored on their big breakaway. Ivy Schmidt's going to try to use her speed to maybe outrun a couple defenders, but not going to work. Charlie Heffron sends that back to the goalie. Panthers try to get it upfield. Valley Joe Hosberger charges from a side to try to shut that play down. I tell you, Grinnell's defender's doing a pretty nice job so far of making sure not much is getting past him, or at least staying in front of everything. There's a nice setup there on the middle of the field. Knoxville is going to try to work their way. This is Taylor Jones. Going to try to get it to Baker. Baker on the far side. She'll try a long shot and misses to the right. It's always interesting to see all the different places they shoot from. Can either be close, can either be long. Just kind of depends on the skill set. There's Grinnell's first substitution. Bridget Blanchard checks out. And Sophia Tyler checks in for Grinnell. Bridget's also just going to be checked out. Nope. Thought maybe she'd get checked out for that little collision that she had, but she seems fine. That ball knocked in the air, and Renzi gets underneath of it for Grinnell. So in terms of stats, Jeff, one question is, when it comes to saves in the stat book, what has to be considered a save for a goalkeeper?
Well, I think that this has a lot to do with who is keeping the stats. But technically, a shot has to be inside the frame of the goal to be a shot on goal.
Gotcha.
And then the goalkeeper has to prevent a shot on goal from going into the goal. But I think shots are usually counted as shots on goal, or often counted as shots on goal in high school. And so anytime the keeper picks up the ball, it is often considered a save.
Gotcha.
But that is just about the skill set of the stats person.
Yes, yeah, that'll happen. Sydney Miller had a shot on goal attempt there, just missed to the right. It was a pretty good shot. Nonetheless, Grinnell trying to get some work done here on this side of the field. 22.5 to go here in the first half. Grinnell and Knoxville. Sydney Miller with it here on this near side. She wants to take it upfield. Miller gets it upfield. Here comes Knoxville back the other way to try to save it. That's Charlie Willis. Ivy Schmidt's there to keep it from going too far in, and Grinnell has a nice opportunity here if they want it. And we're going to get a stoppage. All right, first stoppage of the game. What do we got?
Okay, that was a handball. So the ball came off her foot, which often is not called as a handball, but in that case her hand was up and away from her body, which makes her body bigger. And so when the ball came off her foot and then straight down back to her, the handball is penalized.
Ivy Schmidt, can she get to the ball before it goes out? Yes, she does. Turns on it and goes right into the lap of Waddle. Nice attempt, though, by Ivy. We talked about coming into the game how Grinnell had far less shot attempts this season than Knoxville did, but so far it's been Grinnell with most of them. Couple girls waiting on substitutions, and finally they get them in. Bridget Blanchard checks in, and Larissa Wells checks in. Coming out of the ball game for Knoxville is Kira Dever, and coming out for Grinnell is Taylor Smith. McKenna Smith will throw in on the far side. Not a bad throw, and it's going to go a little far back, and Knoxville's going to send this back to Waddle so she can clear it. And it's going to go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. Not too bad for Grinnell. Jones. Upfield, Hausberger tries to cover a little bit. Far side, I believe Baker over there. Knoxville tries to get it back across to the other side. This is Van Dossler. Can't get there in time. Here's Sydney Miller. Grinnell slowly but surely trying to work their way up the field. Ivy kind of missed where Sydney was going, and Knoxville takes it right back. Nope, here comes Hausberger back the other way. Upfield, Ivy tries to race it down. Waddle's able to corral it just in time. So a couple possible breakaway opportunities. The best one was Ivy's score, and she technically didn't score on the breakaway opportunity as it was a one-on-one, but nonetheless, it's been the best Grinnell's gotten all game. Knoxville's defense has kind of tightened up here. But Grinnell's defense has stayed pretty strong. Olivia Renzi really hasn't had any saves. I think one save all game. McKenna Smith and Baker going at it on that far side. And Smith will throw in for Grinnell. Ava Van Dossler tried to shoot that one around a couple defenders, and Renzi takes it and soars it. This is a long kick. It's going to bounce all the way to the other side for Waddle to pick it up. Now, granted, she has the wind going with her, so that really helped, but let's see, is the wind still at 11-mile-an-hour wind gusts? Says it's 60 degrees, but based on if people were out there, I'm sure they'd tell you it was otherwise. $17:54 to go here in the first half. Both teams have had really solid opportunities. Grinnell's had more shots on goal attempts than Knoxville has had this evening. Blanchard tries to sneak it upfield. Sydney Miller will have a one-on-one with Larissa Wells if Sydney can get around. And a clear on the backside by Charlie Willis. And there's a tough collision. Lauren Pease got caught up. More substitutions for Grinnell. Number 9, Isabel Hart and Taylor Smith check in. And for Knoxville, I can't tell. Number 14 checks out, so that's Taylor Jones. And Larissa Wells checks back in for Knoxville. You get those feet swinging up in there. It's kind of dangerous. Panthers trying to get something going. Ivy got pushed, wanted to push right back, and we're going to have a stop. What do you got? Or was it a stop? Did they stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a foul on that's a foul on Ivy Schmidt. So the first player's challenge was legal. Then she beat Ivy and got position, and then Ivy just pushed her in the back. So, like I mentioned before, you can charge someone, but it's got to be from the side when the ball is in front of you, when they're not shielding the ball, and that was into her back.
Looked like one of those where Ivy got pushed and was like, well, I guess I'll come back and try it too. Knoxville trying to get aggressive here, looking for a goal as we close in on the end of the first half. Long shot attempt from way back, goes to the right. And Renzi will take it out here. No long kick attempt. Grinnell will just try it short. Knoxville's going to try to jump on it quick to no avail. They get it upfield here to Miller. Can Sidney get it to Ivy? And that one dribbles out of bounds. Should be Grinnell ball, and it is. Taylor Smith wants to go. Throw in is picked up by Knoxville. That was Arcalia Wilder. Defenders quite up here for Grinnell. Knoxville, if they can clear it, would have a pretty good chance. Dever tried to clear. Lauren Pease now up to Sydney Miller, and Dever again stays right in front of Sydney, not letting her go too far. Out of bounds will be Knoxville ball. Another substitution. Number 16, Cody Cram checks in for Ava Van Dosley, the sophomore. Hannah Lindsley has done everything she can tonight to get past that defensive line that Grinnell has back, but nothing's really getting through. Nice job by Grinnell so far tonight, keeping everything in front of them. Blanchard goes after Lindsley over there. There's Baker, gets it knocked away, and Grinnell's able to keep it in bounds. Grinnell has a couple numbers upfield, trying to get it back together. Couple more girls waiting for substitution down here. Taylor Jones and Shiloh Smith all await substitution here. Kenneth Smith heads that one over the middle, and here comes Grinnell trying to turn it back the other way. Knoxville has definitely tightened up here defensively ever since that first goal. And I'm sure Knoxville wants that one back, considering how early it was. Just 5 minutes into this one was when Ivy Schmidt was able to score for Grinnell. Knoxville tries to center. Blanchard gets it out, and a missed kick here could set up Grinnell. Nope, Knoxville recovers nicely. Cloud cover continues to go in and out. Doesn't know what it wants to do. It'll be sunny, it'll be cloudy. I know it might rain by the time this thing's over. Here come your substitutions. Sophia Tyler checks out for Grinnell, and Hannah Lindsley will check out for Knoxville. Yeah, it does look like it's raining off in the far distance, possibly. Shiloh Smith has a 1-on-3-2 over there. Can't quite get it out. Should be Grinnell ball, and it is. So the Tigers get good field position here to throw in, and it'll be Ivy Schmidt to do the honors. Here's Taylor Smith. Tries to turn to a wide open Sydney Miller. Nope. Dever is going to try to jump in front of it. Sydney's eyeing Ivy. She wants to get it to her upfield and a chance to get there. Nope. Grinnell has a couple more numbers up here. They've brought up a couple more. Heavy attack for Grinnell. Smith. Shot on goal. Misses to the left. Now, I'd probably say overall that first 5-minute shot for Grinnell was the best opportunity we've seen in general tonight for when it's come to shot on goals. Knoxville wants to get that one out of bounds. Who did last touch? They're going to say Grinnell touched it. Isabel Hart last touched it over there. Hart gets it to Ivy, and Knoxville tries to clear. Here comes Bridget Blanchard to try to pick it up. Lauren Pease gets out in front of it, and Wada will race up and snag it. One thing in Grinnell's favor, we saw it with a couple of Waddle's kicks. The wind is currently headed to the south, or southwest roughly, so kind of works against Knoxville's favor there. Obviously, that'll change at halftime, but good thing is Renzi hasn't really had to kick it out too much for the Tigers. Under 10 to go here in the first half. Grinnell on top of Knoxville 1-0. Tigers looking for their 5th win on the season, trying to get themselves above 500. Grinnell working it backwards here, back to their defenders to try to set up something better. Lauren Pease sends it up the middle of the field. There's Wells on the far side for Knoxville. Hausberger jumps in front of that one for Grinnell. Ivy tries to go right back to Sydney and not quite going to get to it in time, out of bounds. That's kind of been the recipe for a good spot for Grinnell, is Schmidt and Miller as another substitution for the Panthers as Jones checks in and Cody Graham checks out. Here's Taylor Smith using her speed to try to get upfield. She'll eventually hand it over to Hart. Grinnell with a chance here. Here's Shiloh Smith on the far side, being worked on. Can they get it back to Cram? No, they can't. Ivy's going to try to jump in front of this one and try to turn it here for Grinnell. A setup for Ivy, and skies it too far to the right for Grinnell. Good setup, though. Had it at the right position. So Waddle will kick it out here. So I'm curious, Jeff. We've only seen 1-2 fouls today. Is this, what'd you say? What's the average amount of fouls you usually see for these high school games? Also, does it depend on class? Honestly,
it depends on skill level for sure, and then also it just depends on the style that teams are playing. So this game seems pretty tame. Mm-hmm. Has there actually been a foul called? Maybe one on Ivy, and then there was a handball.
Yeah.
And no offsides. So this is one of the easier days at the office for the referee crew.
What a great first day for a rules analyst.
I will say something about the referees and having a little bit of difficulty getting referees, which is why you see 2 officials out here, which is not great for the players, which is why you see all the fouls in the middle of the field, maybe not called. You really want the 3-man system.
And we've been hearing about all over, everywhere in the state of Iowa. Umpiring baseball and softball and officials in basketball and football and soccer. They're wanting everyone to get out this summer and become officials. Much needed here in the state of Iowa. Because I hate to say it, it is going to happen more than once this year, especially during baseball and softball. Some games will just not be able to be played. So do we have our first goal or corner kick?
This is our first corner kick.
There we go.
I would tell you that at the bigger schools where they have more than 2 teams, their lower level JV games are getting canceled already.
Yeah. Shot attempt missed off of, they're going to say it was Knoxville, so Grinnell will get another corner kick, this time from the near side. Sydney Miller will kick it here. Long kick, and a missed head attempt by Taylor Smith came flying in, and that'll be out of bounds, Knoxville ball. Just under 5.5 to go here in the first half. Grinnell on top of Knoxville, 1-0, scored in the 35th minute of the, or at least I should say 5 minutes, so technically the 5th minute of the first half. There's a missed shot attempt there for Grinnell. I do agree with you about games being, more tamer than they are. What was it? 9 substitute. So that would be Isabel Hart checks out for. Angelina DeSocio checks in for Knoxville. But yeah, when it comes to tamer games, this is definitely it. It was so crazy at Valley Dowling on Tuesday night they had to throw somebody out. That's how crazy it got. Ivy trying to work her way at the center of the field. Sydney Miller goes right back to her. Knoxville has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls over here. So it's about 3 on 8. Ivy does get to throw in here. Here's Smith. Shot on goal. Just misses to the left. Taylor had a really nice shot attempt on it and just missed it. If it could have caught the corner of the goal, would have been a really nice shot. Grinnell keeping the pressure up. Everybody's pretty much playing up, or at least the forwards are. As Knoxville with an opportunity to go the other way. That one gets kicked out of bounds, so Lauren Pease will throw in. Jones had that one off her head. Here's Devers. Tries to get it to a teammate. Sydney Miller takes it away. Miller gets caught up. Ivy Schmidt tries to get in front of it. Knoxville can't clear it just quite yet. Now they kind of do. But Grinnell has help. Blanchard comes on the backside. Here's, I think, Hart over there. And that would be an offsides, correct?
Yeah, she was behind the second-to-last defender when the ball was played by Smith.
I knew it. I think I got called for offsides a lot in rec soccer, so honestly, that's probably why I knew it so much. So Waddle got that free kick from that position of the offsides. Is that correct?
Correct. And
Okay.
the free kick was an indirect free kick, meaning
Yes.
that you cannot score directly from it.
Yes.
And that's indicated by the referees holding their hand up in the air.
Gotcha. Knoxville trying to make a late push here in the first half. Closing in on 2 minutes to go. Long kick by Jones. Knoxville trying to get a couple girls back. Here comes Jones up again. And Lauren Pease tries to clear, and she does. Here's Sydney Miller. And Pease running upfield here. Nice stop out of bounds by Emily Dean on the touchline. Nice throw. Here's Ivy Schmidt trying to come from the backside, and Knoxville's able to knock it out, but this should be corner kick territory for Grinnell, and it is. That was Charlie Willis. Charlie's done a really nice job on the defensive end for Knoxville, trying to keep Grinnell out of the way. Miller will try for a corner kick, and with the wind how it's going, we'll see how she decides to go about this one. High kick. Almost too far, and it was too far. Taylor Smith came up from behind. Second time they've tried that. Waddle tries to get it downfield. Blanchard picks it up. 43 seconds to go here in the first half. Knoxville trying to make a push. Here's Lindsley. Got turned around. Grinnell's able to send it right back. Sydney Miller, nope. She'll wait and have Devers take it. Lindsley fires that one way downfield, and Grinnell's going to try to get there first. Baker is right there for Knoxville, going up against Widener. 14 seconds to go here in the first half. Knoxville trying all they can here to get one before heading into the halftime huddle. 5 seconds to go. Hart runs up against it against Brooke Moore. Out of bounds, and that will finish the end of the first half. So Grinnell leads 1-0. They score just 5 minutes into the ballgame thanks to Ivy Schmidt. We'll take a break for halftime. We'll be back for the second half. You're watching the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports live stream network is brought to you by Pollyeyes Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, the Dairy Barn, the Grinnell Booster Club, and this second half is brought to you by Brent Nichols State Farm.
It is Grinnell on top of Knoxville, 1-0 here at the beginning of the second half. Ivy Schmidt scored with about 5 minutes in the first half down, and it's been all defense ever since. Knoxville's had a couple opportunities. Grinnell's had a couple more shot-on-goal opportunities than the Panthers have. But, nonetheless, you still have 40 more minutes to play. Obviously, both teams switch sides. So Grinnell now offensively heading to your screen, left side of the screen. Knoxville going to the right side, as the Panthers look to try to tie this game up. And it's been tightly contested. There's a long kick down the sideline by Taylor Jones, and it goes out of bounds. And McKenna Smith will kick this one out here for Grinnell. In the first half, we had a little bit of sunshine peeking through the clouds. It was pretty nice, and now based on the radar, don't think we're going to get any more sunshine the rest of the game, but it does remain windy. It says it's about 60 degrees, about 10-mile-an-hour wind gust. Let's just say we're glad we're indoors. Knoxville will be the one to throw in here. Devers going to get the ball on the other side of the track. Speaking of track, want to give a shout out to the boys 4x1 team running, we believe, tomorrow at the Drake Relays, unless they ran today, but they could, I think they possibly, you think they did, or they don't. Grinnell 4x1 team, I don't know who's all on the team, but congrats to the 4x1 team for making the Drake Relays. Look like Shiloh Smith, either the ball hit her hand or something, keeps holding her arm, or just above her wrist.
If a player's holding her arm after the contact, you can be pretty confident that it was a handball.
Well, like you talked about earlier, when you only got 2 officials, could be kind of tough to see that. That's out of bounds. Panthers trying to get offense rolling here. They've been kind of stagnant. Had a couple opportunities so far. That one's out of bounds. I guess I didn't see it go out there. Panthers throw back in. I think that was Brooke Moore. Schmidt knocks that one up in the air. Ivy sends it higher again, and now racing after it is Shiloh Smith. Turning on it is Moore, and Ivy gets in front of it again. Ivy kind of all alone here at the middle of the field. Here's Van Ersveld. Upfield to Shiloh Smith, and Smith corrals it back together. She's looking at Sydney on the far side. And they'll back it up to Bridget Blanchard at the midfield line. There's a long kick by, I believe, Lindsley. And Olivia Renzi, who hasn't had to do much today, jumps on top of that one, and she'll send it back the other way. The wind is not in her favor here. Seems to still be blowing to the south. Not south, north. What am I saying? I know directions. I said south in the beginning. I don't know what I was thinking. Jeez. Panthers on this side of the field, just a little bit more here to start. Jones was trying to lead the charge. Lauren Pease clears, sends it down the field. Ivy Schmidt grabs it in the middle. Here comes Sydney Miller trying to hold on defensively. Knoxville definitely seems to be a little bit more aggressive here, changing up their style just a little bit. Definitely have a lot more up forward. Sydney Miller comes back the other way for Grinnell. She has Mariah Van Arsveld wide open here on this near side. Here's Smith. Tried to quickly turn it to Ivy. She was kind of covered up a lot. Widener almost got turned around there. Here comes Knoxville. Nice opportunity. Nice job, though, by McKenna Smith to jump in front of it. Ball comes knocked up in the air. Knoxville currently has a 1-on, I'd say probably 8 right now. Out of bounds. What will they call it? Corner kick. Nope. Yes. Yes. So looks like Janae Baker, the sophomore, will be the one to corner kick it here.
Or not.
Nope. Guess not. She's just the one that said it. It's going to be, I think, Hannah Lindsley.
Number 13.
Yep. Hannah on the year, 7 goals, second most on the team. Taylor Jones leads Knoxville with 11 goals this season. Kick attempt from the corner, no good. I'm not sure who came up to get it. Number 17, so Olivia Raymaker, I think. Kind of hit her thigh as she was going in there. That was another one of the better opportunities Knoxville's gotten so far. Van Arsveld tries to bring it upfield to Smith on the far sideline. She'll try to get it upfield to Sydney Miller. Devers cuts that one off, and Grinnell sends it back the other way. Grinnell ball out of bounds. You know, we always talk about how much cardio soccer is and whatnot, and these girls running up and down the field. I'd say the ball boys get more cardio in than the players do. Always running after the loose balls.
If the ball boy's doing their job.
Now in soccer, usually they're called shags, aren't they? People that go and take the ball out. I don't know. I've heard that term before. Our rules analyst, he's like, I don't know. Not familiar.
I have never heard that term before.
Never gave a ball person a foul before, so don't care.
The ball people are technically part of the match officials in high school soccer. They're required, and they are, along with the scorekeeper and the timer, required parts of the game and in the rule book.
And they can be as young as you need them to be.
It's not uncommon to have to warn a team to stop complaining to the ball boys.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that actually, we won't say the name, but Tuesday night I saw that a lot out of the opposing coach.
Jones.
Excuse me, Monday night I saw a lot of that.
Right along the touch line, tries to turn it. Knoxville has a solid opportunity here, but jumping in front of it is Grinnell. That was Taylor Smith who jumped in front of it, and we got a foul call, I believe. Pillar's right here, I couldn't see. Was a foul. Knoxville coach wants an answer.
So in that case, Jeff, they were basically a blunt head-to-head or front-to-front that they ran into each other.
Yeah, so black is moving in a position, and then white moved into the position, like moved into the way of the opponent. So this is a charging foul.
What else we got?
I have no idea.
He went like this on his fingers.
I think he's saying that there was a handball.
Okay.
Okay. So Grinnell, Ivy gets a chance to get a free kick here.
I will say that was one of the things where a coach was trying to get the referee to explain something or whatever, and really distracted the referee there. So when he came back in, we had some issues.
Ivy kind of set that one up nicely. Taylor tried to head it and just missed off to the right. And Waddle, who's not been too busy this half so far, as we close in on 30 minutes to go.
So like the traditional football, is there a per se a hand signal for every different thing, or is it just your hand straight up in the air and it's a foul?
So that's interesting. I've been refereeing high school soccer for a long time. Back in 2003 or so, when I was refereeing in the St. Louis area, there were hand signals to indicate, or body signals. You know, like in football, they might have a tripping signal where they use their feet, or, you know, a chop block where they hit behind them.
Yep.
And there were hand signals for all of the different fouls in soccer. But in the rest of the world, even in college in the United States, the referee never makes any indication of what the call is. And so the NFHS rulebook has removed those signals. And so, no. The only signals you'll see are that a kick is direct, indirect, to stop the clock. You will see a winding motion in high school soccer to start the clock if it hasn't been started. And then, you know, the directions for a throw-in. And that's pretty much it.
Olivia Renzi kind of had a scary moment there. She picked up the ball, dropped it for a second, and was able to hop out on top of it. Luckily, Knoxville wasn't really ready for it. You might not be able to tell on the camera, but it has gotten dark here in the field.
Heavy overcast setting in.
Might not be able to tell, but.
Well, this is how they could tell. They're not seeing as much glare in the glass anymore.
That's true. And I can't tell, is it wide? Was that Widener down there?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
She just got kicked in the face, was it?
The ball, yeah.
Oh, the ball was. Kelly Rose out to check on her. She is in pain.
Hey, let's hear a word from our
Yep,
sponsors.
let's take a break.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Polly Ice Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, and Grinnell Mutual. Also a shout out to Grinnell Mutual for sponsoring our scoreboard, and Brent Nickel State Farm for sponsoring our halves all through the whole season. So thank you again to those sponsors.
Kay Widener just being helped off the field here by trainer Kelly Rose. Widener got hit with the ball right in the jaw, and right now she's just kind of massaging her jaw as she walks back, hoping the best for Kay this evening. We get back playing here, 28:52 remaining here in the second half. Grinnell on top of Knoxville, 1-0. Grinnell scored in the first 5 minutes thanks to Ivy Schmidt. And the way this game's going, that might have been all they needed. There's a long ball out of bounds off the touchline. And as, you know, a coach, got to be frustrating, you know, if you give one up in that first 10 minutes and then the rest of the game, nothing. Blake Walker, Dan Walker, up here in the booth with you. Tyler's kind of been coming in and out, and then Jeff Blanchard, referee here in the state of Iowa for Iowa High School Soccer, up here with us, helping us out with rules analysts and whatnot. Gets a nice off night, gets out of the wind. There's another player who gets knocked in the face. That time it's Taylor Smith. She takes it. Grinnell really hasn't been on Knoxville's side that often here. Waddle really hasn't been too busy. Waddle's going to come racing up for this one. That ball's loose. No one's back. Waddle all the way up on the line, and this time Knoxville's able to clear it. That was a big opportunity there. I'm surprised Waddle came out so far. Warren Pease tries to get it upfield. Sophia Tyler up against the Knoxville defender. That would be Brooke Moore. And out of bounds it goes. Van Ersveld got it taken away by Jones. Jones with 11 goals on the season. If she's going to score one, it's either going to be her or Hannah Lindsley. Combined, they got 16 goals on the year. Miller up the field to Ivy Schmidt. Ivy goes right back to Sydney and too far out of bounds. Devers will throw in on the far side for Knoxville. Kenna Smith clears. 26 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Knoxville trying to stay aggressive. Grinnell, couple opportunities this half, but definitely not as many as Knoxville's had. Overall, the game's pretty much been played in the middle of the field. I wouldn't say anyone's dominating each other in the possession time. Waddle lets it fall right into her lap against the line. She'll sky this one up. And Grinnell will try to get going on offense. A couple lucky bounces here. Jones back to Baker. Van Ersveld jumps in front of that one. It's a nice bounce backwards. Tyler tries to get there, and here's Smith. Shiloh Smith with a nice little breakaway. She'll kick that one long away and on the ground, and Waddle will pick it up. It was about a 1-on-3 there for Shiloh. There's a nice boot by Abby Waddle there for the Panthers, and Sophia will try to center it down the middle of the field for Taylor Smith. Baker gets it away. Upfield to Lindsley. Back to Baker. Good opportunity here for Knoxville. All the way down the field is Larissa Wells. Wells going to try to wait and turn. Back to Baker. Grinnell able to get away with it. Maybe. Baker comes fighting back to Wells in the corner. Bridget knocks it out of bounds. Center it to Lindsley, and kicked back outside by Smith. Now Shiloh Smith tries to come in and break it up. Grinnell doing a good job here holding that defensive line. Knoxville's got numbers, had chances down here. Charlie Heffron clears that one. This one's skied down to the right side. Wells going to try to pick it up. Does she have any help? It runs right along the touchline, out of bounds. And Grinnell will get to kick it out. So a couple tries here by Knoxville to no avail. Isabel Hart checks in for Grinnell. Sophia Tyler checks out. Update, if anything, on Kay Widener. Still kind of just holding their jaw, trying to move it around, massage it a little bit. We'll see if she returns tonight. Out of bounds, Bridget Blanchard checks out, or will throw it in here. Knoxville can't chase down the loose ball there. That was Emily Dean, I think, who knocked that one out. And Lauren Pease will throw in for the Tigers. Here's Pease trying to work her way upfield. Good defense by Jones. Hossberger trying to hold a defensive end there over there. Tell you what, though, Charlie Willis doing a nice job keeping Grinnell on their toes offensively. Now Grinnell tries to attack. Smith kicks it upfield. It'll be just off the touchline. .22 minutes to go here in the second half. Grinnell and Knoxville been 1-0 for most of the game. Grinnell scored in the first 5 minutes, and that's been how it's been all night. Here's Shiloh Smith on a 1-on-4, trying to work her way around to no avail. Knoxville's able to clear. That was Charlie Heffron. Panthers come racing back the other way. McKenna Smith tries to clear it out. Here's Jones. Upfield, Baker. Able to get to it on the corner, sends it across the way, and Renzi is able to hop on top of it. Lauren Pease almost kicked it back, but hangs onto it, and the rain is coming down quickly. I just saw it. The rain is coming down very quickly. So while the rain starts to pour, and I mean pour, Grinnell's trying to set back up here on offense. I just saw people running with paper bags. I'm like, what in the world's going on?
Well, it wasn't until Tyler brought my attention to the lights up there, and then you could really kind of see it coming to
Yeah.
them.
Quick little shower here, hopefully. I'll take a look at the radar here when it pulls up. But
Which I can't remember. It was one of the first two games that we did. It was pouring. Well, it seems like it's rained almost every game we've
Yeah,
done.
you've had no luck with
But you could really, once that rain and the moisture got on the field, it really started to affect how the ball traveled, slipping off one side of the foot or the other. And
looks like a back half of a very small shower is just catching Grinnell here. Shouldn't last too long, but what's the Iowan spring this season without any weather problems? Smith back to Hart. They'll go back and forth with it. Recovering is Larissa Wells. Hart back to Smith. Smith tries to turn and shoot too far to the right. Waddle tries to save it. Nope, Miller comes back into it. Ivy Schmidt shot on goal. Misses to the left. Grinnell's able to hang on to it. Hart can't quite get a good footing on it. Knocked out of bounds by Knoxville. Long throw by Smith. Knoxville's able to pick it up. Under 20 to go here in the second half. Shiloh Smith almost got it knocked away. Bridget Blanchard trying to catch up to it. Out of bounds again. Remains Grinnell ball. Knoxville clears back. Nice header by Bridget, keeping it in play. Knoxville does get it back, and the Panthers survive a close threat there by the Tigers. But that was a good opportunity, though. Waddle just kind of followed it out, trying to see if Grinnell would tease it. Long play. Shiloh Smith running after it. Waddle backs up, and Smith just misses to the left. Right there. Just right there, and missed it to the left. Waddle kind of came up and wanted to go after it, and then backed up last second. And now she'll send it out of the goal here for the Panthers. In a game like this, a Grinnell score most likely would put it away, you got to feel like, but Grinnell just can't get there. Smith again. Misses to the left. Waddle picks it up. Looks like the rain is starting to subside just a little bit. Nice boot by Waddle. The wind helping it take it the other way. And this might cause Renzi to come up and get it, and she does. Last second. Jones tried to sneak in a kick there and just missed. Now the Panthers look to put a little bit of pressure on Grinnell. And we got a handball, I assume. And she puts her hands up and says, "I didn't touch it." That handball is going to be on Emily Dean.
It almost looked more of a reaction like, I don't want the ball to hit me in the head.
Would you say that's most of the time what handballs are, Jeff? Just, trying to protect yourself from the ball?
So in high school soccer, actually, when you are protecting yourself from the ball, it should not be called as a handball unless the hand is not actually protecting you. So there, she did put her hands up, but I think she played the ball above her head, so I think it was the right decision.
And I think another handball. Nope. I think, maybe?
Yeah, I believe that was also a handball.
Ivy gets a free kick. And Waddle's able to hop on top of it. Nice job by Ivy, though. Smith was there to maybe stop it if she could get it there. Waddle will send it back the other way. This almost worked out well for him last time. Out of bounds, it will be Knoxville ball. Devers throws in on the far side. Lauren Pease heads it and gets it to Smith, and Grinnell wants to run with it if they can get open. Sydney Miller down the side and out of bounds. Out of bounds. Let's see how they call it. It is going to be a Grinnell ball. Don't think Knoxville's had a corner kick tonight. I don't believe so. Not that I can remember off the top of my head. McKenna will be the one to kick it here for Grinnell. Taylor Smith there in the middle gets it taken away. Knoxville trying to get upfield and at least have someone back. McKenna knocks that one out, so Knoxville gets pretty good position here to throw in. Van Ersveld touches it with her hand, and they wanted a call and didn't get it. What do you think?
So that's not going to be a handball because her arm is in close to her body. She's allowed to have arms, is what I like to tell players. So her arm was in close to her body in what's called a natural position, and it came right off the foot of the opponent from very close range. So really, a handball is when you play the ball with your hand,
Yes.
not when the ball hits your hand.
Yes. Joe Hosberger knocks that one out of bounds on the far touchline, and Devers will throw in. 14:24 remaining for Knoxville. Wouldn't say it's crunch time yet. Still got a little bit of time, but Grinnell's also looking to try to snag another score here. Shiloh Smith in the vicinity for the Tigers. Knocked out. It will remain Grinnell ball. Nice solid position for a throw-in if the Tigers want to take it. Devers tries to clear. Grinnell will try again. Sidney Miller throws in, and Devers tries to clear it again. This time Jones picks it up for Knoxville. She goes upfield, and it's going to be a racing Charlie Willis on the far side. Willis, can she turn it? Pease knocks it out. And here we go. This should be the first corner kick for Knoxville. And doing it will be Hannah Lindsley. Checking back into the ball game after a short break, or after once they get her in, is Kay Widener. So looks to be doing better. Good to see it.
So Jeff, we had this question earlier, I guess in the earlier game. When is the point when the official looks to say that could come in? And that was a goal.
Yeah,
by them.
Knoxville goal off the hand. Not off the hand. I think it was scored by Hannah Lindsley. A perfectly set up corner kick now makes this game interesting. 1-1, Knoxville ties it up. It's Hannah Lindsley's eighth goal of the season.
So a substitution can happen in high school whenever your team is in possession of the ball when it has gone out of bounds. So on a corner kick or on a throw-in when you are in possession, then there can be a sub, and the referee has to acknowledge it. This is one of the things about the two-man system. It's like an extra task when you're in the middle of the field. Usually your AR is helping you. So this sub could happen right now if the referee recognized that the sub was there. And then anytime the other team is subbing and your player has already checked in, then they can also go in. And then on a goal kick, it doesn't matter whose ball it is. Anyone can sub.
Okay.
Feels like Knoxville has kind of cranked up the intensity now with a 1-1 game. And Grinnell, who has been at an advantage all game long, now sits basically tied, 0-0. A fresh new start with 12 minutes to go. Things will get interesting here as we wind this one down. Both teams have had really good opportunities. Knoxville scored off that corner kick. Grinnell scored in the first 5 minutes on a shot by Ivy Schmidt near the goal. Panthers have done a little bit better job of attacking here in this second half than they did in the first. Baker upfield. No Knoxville Panther in possession. Was it touched? I think it's going to be Grinnell ball.
So now the referee has acknowledged that there was a sub there. And so as soon as he calls her on, then she can come in.
So Kay Widener checks in after her injury earlier in the first half, and Mariah Van Ersveld checks out of the ball game for Grinnell. Panthers trying to grab another quick score. Shot on goal. Renzi saves it to the right. Baker, can she keep it in bounds? They're going to say it is out. And what are they going to call here? Are they going to give another corner kick? Yes, they will. So Renzi just barely knocked that one out of the way last second, and Knoxville just scored on a corner kick. They'll try again here. And doing it will be the one that scored it, Hannah Lindsley. 10.5 to go. Lindsley's corner kick. High. Renzi's able to knock it out. Nice job. They'll go back to Lindsley. Shot misses. Nice block by Bridget Blanchard. Can Ivy get in front of it? They get upfield to Shiloh Smith, and now Grinnell can go. 1-on-2. Smith down this near side, and a collision. What do we got? Just out of bounds? Maybe? Yes? I think so.
I think he called a foul. I think he called a foul on the tackle.
It is. So Ivy will get to grab a free kick here.
And that's where you free kick from the point of the foul?
Correct.
Huge opportunity here. Watch Sidney Miller and Smith on the backside. Smith both missed the header, out of bounds. Knoxville ball. Under 10 to go here in this one. All knotted up at 1 apiece. Knoxville able to score off a corner kick there just a couple minutes ago. Knoxville trying to get out and clear. It does remain Grinnell ball. Sidney Miller will throw in. Miller directs traffic, lobs that one. Widener has been out for most of the second half due to injury. Back in the ball game here. See what she can do with it. Goes around Janae Baker. Blanchard clears up field. Devers will go and get it to throw in. Closing in on 8 minutes to go. Jeff, quickly explain our overtime rules. Does it change kind of however? I guess I don't know the overtime rules very well for girls soccer. What do you got?
So in high school soccer, if the score's tied at the end of regulation, then you play a 10-minute overtime period. And if someone scores, the game ends.
Yep.
If you're still tied at the end of that overtime period, you change ends and play another 10-minute overtime period, and whenever someone scores, the game ends. So if you're tied after 2 of those, then you will go to what is called kicks from the mark, or what people more commonly, in America anyway, call penalty kicks.
Yes.
And if we get there, we'll have to explain that again.
That could get messy. Ivy goes all the way downfield. Devers will try to track it down. Sidney Miller's there. Widener gets it back upfield. Raymaker was able to jump in front of it. Knoxville coming back the other way. Here's Janae Baker. Baker right on the touchline, gets it or keeps it in. Jones is right there. Renzi hops on top of it just in time. So Jones with a good attempt there, just not enough. Jones is playing tough here in these last couple minutes, trying to stay in front. Sidney Miller on the ground there. Grinnell fans asking for a foul of some sort. Obviously nothing to be called. That one could be out of bounds. Nope, Hart was going to touch it. It should be Grinnell ball, I think. Yes, it is going to be. Vernersveld checks in. Hart checks out for Grinnell. 6:10 remaining here in the ball game. Knotted at 1 apiece. Blanchard throws it downfield. Vernersveld trying to keep it in play. Somehow able to keep it in play again. It looks like it should be Grinnell ball. It is, so Blanchard will throw in again. This time she'll go to Ivy Schmidt, back to Bridget, and knocks it out of bounds. Panthers back the other way. Smith gets it out. They'll throw it in again. They're looking at Jones the whole way. Her and Lindsley have been the main playmakers. They go right to Ivy Schmidt, back to Baker. On the far side of the field it goes. Who's going to be out on? They're going to give it to Grinnell. Charlie Willis tried to chase it down. Lauren Pease throws in on that far touchline. Jones has it. Shot on goal. Renzi lets it go out of bounds to the left. Both teams starting to get aggressive. You're probably going to see more longer shots here. And McKenna Smith will be the one to kick it out. Wind doesn't carry it very far. Ivy picks it up. Knoxville's trying to go after him. I think that was Raymaker. Upfield it goes. Devers tries to turn on it. Miller right there with her. Out of bounds. Grinnell ball. So now you get set up in a pretty nice position here with under 4.5 to go. Miller throws in. Smith picks it up. Knoxville able to clear. Hausberger jumps in front of Jones. Jones going to try to turn it back around. Upfield, she's wanting Baker. She's got her. Here comes Janae Baker. To the middle of the field, no one's there. Lauren Pease jumps in front of it. Long shot by Jones. No, that was Lindsley. Long shots continue here for Knoxville. Under 4 minutes to go. The way these two defenses have played, I wouldn't be surprised if we go to overtime. Smith tries to boot it as far as she can. Widener gets caught up. Lindsley fires. Nice catch by Renzi. Miller trying to work her way around the defender. Sydney tried to keep it in bounds. She did. That one's knocked out by Devers. Where are they going to call it out? They're going to call it right there. So Lauren Pease will throw in. Closing in on 3 minutes to go. Smith can't get it. Jones knocks it ahead. That one will roll to the corner. Who are they going to call it on? Grinnell will get the ball. Tell you, Knoxville's keeping the pressure up. They're kind of stuck on this side. Lindsley, off to the left side. And McKenna Smith will kick out here. Smith skies it high. Jones heads it. Ivy Schmidt jumps in front of it. 2:16 remaining. Miller. Back to Smith. Upfield to Ivy. Now Devers tries to go to the middle. Here's Shiloh Smith. Upfield to Mariah Van Ersvelt. Grinnell has an opportunity here. Mariah upfield. Guarded by Willis. Van Ersvelt tries to turn. Shot on goal. No. Right into the hands of Waddle. And it was set up really well by Grinnell. And that might be all she wrote here for regulation, unless Grinnell can get another opportunity here. Miller tries to turn. Here's Smith. Has options. Upfield is Shiloh Smith. Shiloh shot on goal. Goes right into the lap of Waddle. What a save. That was a huge shot attempt. Exactly what they needed. Now coming back the other way is Lindsley on McKenna Smith. Lindsley gets it knocked out of bounds. And now Knoxville has a chance here closing in on a minute. Grinnell had the perfect opportunity and just missed it. That one knocked into Renzi's lap. 1 minute to go in regulation. Renzi tries to send it downfield. Willis picks it up. Jones trying to turn it. Lindsley, again a weak dribbler, picked up by Olivia. Miller with 43 seconds to go. Grinnell has a couple numbers if they wanted them. Upfield they go. Ivy Schmidt's going to wait. It would have been out or offsides, out of bounds. Knoxville ball with 30 seconds left, and I think both teams are running out of gas. I think they're ready for overtime. Devers gets it in. Clears. Van Ersvelt right there, 18 seconds. Mariah trying to turn it. Upfield, Sidney Miller's right there. Devers right there. Here comes Sidney Miller. Miller shot on goal. No, falls right into Waddle's lap again. Another great save. 6 seconds to go. Waddle boots it high. 1 second. And that will do it for the end of regulation. 1-1 is our score. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for overtime. You're watching the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Maid and Broad Street.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before, or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks. The prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Grinnell Booster Club supports all Tiger athletics from the middle school all the way up to the high school through fundraising, membership drives, concession stand revenues at all the home events. There are many different ways you can get involved. One, through membership levels from a single, a family, even into the business. There are many attractive levels that you can be a part of this wonderful club. Your membership funds help support uniforms, warm-ups, summer speed camps, baseball and softball batting cages, and the list goes on. You want to be a part of a great group? Join the Grinnell Booster Club today.
Since 1999, Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars has raised scholarship money for our graduating seniors. To date, we have awarded 1,820 scholarships to GHS graduates. We need you to be a part of our scholarship community, be a part of our GHS graduates' futures, and be a part of Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars. Please consider sponsoring a senior scholarship. Go Tigers!
Grasshoppers, turtles, polar bears, and chunky monkeys? The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell, is not your typical barnyard. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
The Tiger Sports Livestream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, Grinnell Mutual, the Grinnell Newberg Dollars for Scholars, the Dairy Barn, and the Grinnell Booster Club.
We are in overtime. 10-minute period upcoming for Grinnell and Knoxville. This game last year, as Jeff Blanchard reminded us, went to penalty kicks last year. Knoxville won 2-1. Tigers haven't beaten the Panthers since 2018, so they're looking to break that little drought they've had. They've played them every year since then. Obviously did not play in 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. But Grinnell had the lead for most of this game. Scored within the first 5 minutes thanks to Ivy Schmidt, and then Hannah Lindsley on a corner kick was able to secure another big shot with about 15 minutes to go roughly. And that's how we've sat. Grinnell has had many opportunities there to end the ball game to score, but just couldn't quite do it.
So Grinnell just won the coin toss there, and they have selected to defend the side so that the wind is in their favor, because the first goal will end the game. So you definitely want to take the wind when you have the opportunity.
And the wind is howling. We are currently, don't have it right here, but probably still around 10 mile an hour. Yep, that's about what it is. I will say there is more rain headed our way, so hopefully this thing wraps up before they get downpoured on again. But, nonetheless, 10 minutes on the clock. Sudden death, as some people like to call it. And here we go. Goalkeepers obviously stay the same. Nothing changes here. It looks like everyone's kind of rolling with the same lineups they had at the end of the game.
Well, unfortunately for Knoxville, it looks like their number 27, who was playing at their
Devers.
left back, is not going to be able to continue.
And she was pretty good there for most of the game. So
I couldn't tell if it was is it ankle or more into the calf area. I saw they were kind of working down there a little bit.
So that's a loss for Knoxville. I think in her place is, I'm not sure. I think it's Brooke Moore, but I'm not, again, I can't be for sure because it's over on the far side, so. 2? So it'd be
Number 1.
Oh, Larissa Wells, obviously, and then there's Ava Van Dossler. So it must be Ava Van Dossler. That would make sense. But yes, 10 minutes on the clock. We're off and running here in overtime. Grinnell obviously heading back this way where they scored earlier in the game. Here's Smith trying to work it downfield. Out of bounds as it kicked. Grinnell will get to throw in here. Blanchard throws in. Miller shot on goal off the what do you call it? What do you what am I trying to say?
That was off the goalpost.
That was off the goalpost. I couldn't. I went blank. I'm like, what is that?
The football uprights.
The football uprights. Did not go off the actual soccer goal. Went off the football uprights.
That are sitting there swaying back and forth because of the wind.
So a missed field goal attempt by Sydney Miller there. Sydney's playing tough here, trying to stay up. Wells trying to work it back. Here comes Jones working her way upfield. She leads the team in goals on the season with 11. Lindsley second closest with 8. One of them already today. Van Dossler tries to turn upfield. Van Arsveld misses a kick and it'll go out of bounds. Did she touch it though? No, she did not. They'll give it to Grinnell. Blanchard in the middle of the field here. Works it upfield to Sydney Miller. Miller on the right side. She's going to have to turn it if she wants a chance. Turning. Ivy Schmidt. No. Shiloh Smith. No. To the right. Just missed it. Just missed it to the right. Waddle was not in position. And Grinnell right there could have won it. But Knoxville hangs on. And Waddle will send it back the other way. That was really well set up by Grinnell.
It looked good.
Yeah, it did. Waddle kicks over to Brooke Moore on that far touchline. Out of bounds, Grinnell ball. Grinnell's definitely been on this side of the field more here in overtime. 7:10 remaining. Van Dossler and Ivy Schmidt going after it here. Back to Sydney Miller. Miller's been big here in overtime. Back to Ivy. Grinnell has a little bit of a number advantage. Upfield to Sydney Miller. They'll try again. Miller Waits, turns, and out of the touchline. Did you put overtime on the scoreboard?
Yes,
I
did.
didn't know if we had that for
Yeah.
soccer.
Well, I have that quick edit feature.
Waddle corrals another loose ball. I think Ivy was the last one to touch that, so Waddle will send it back. Again, the win not in Knoxville's favor here. Jones gets it stopped by Bridget. That's another good stop by Blanchard so far. Jones going after it. Bridget waits. To Sydney Miller, she's been big here so far. Here's Ivy Schmidt. Can she break away in time? Ivy, gets it knocked away. Nice job by Charlie Willis. Jones tries to break away. Nice job by Lauren Pease to get up. Here's Van Dossler up the side. Out of bounds, Grinnell ball. Pease will throw in here for Grinnell. Ivy Schmidt, can she get away? No, she can't. Grinnell's right there up on the front lines. Knoxville defenders being pushed back. Head attempt by both, almost missed. Miller sets it back into play upfield. No one there for Grinnell. Waddle comes up and corrals it. Closing in on 5 minutes to go here in overtime number 1. Van Arsveld on that far side, and this time Grinnell's out of bounds. It'll be Knoxville ball. Panthers looking for a breakaway opportunity. This is Emily Dean in there. And a foul call. So Ivy Schmidt gets a really nice free kick position here.
Well, with this wind and how she's been kicking.
Shot on goal attempt. Waddles saves it. She has been busy today. She's played well today. She does kick into the wind that's coming right at her. Widener on the far side. Out of bounds. They'll give it to Knoxville. Closing in on 4 minutes to go in overtime number 1. Knoxville trying to set together a breakaway. Here's Lindsley. Gets it back to Jones. Hausberger's able to knock it out. Nice job by Valley Joe. Knoxville's able to recover there. Here's Van Dossler. Turns back. Sydney Miller picks it up. Here's Bridget Blanchard in the middle of the field. Another stop by Blanchard, and now Miller waits with it here on the right side. A lot of girls all in one area here, kind of getting clogged together. Here's a nice breakaway opportunity. Van Dossler, no, can't get there. Nice stop by Lauren Pease. Shiloh Smith caught up. Can she get it free? Ivy Schmidt has it. Here comes Ivy Schmidt on the other way. One-on-one, can she get in front of it? Little pushing around. Back to Sydney Miller. Nope, too far back behind. Smith tries to knock it. Back to Shiloh Smith. She's doubled up. 2:55 remaining, and Knoxville is trying to get it away. That's Baker on the far side. Out of bounds does remain Grinnell ball. Tell you, Grinnell's setting themselves up pretty nicely. It's just a matter of if they can finish here. That one falls into Waddle's lap over there. Our cameraman fell asleep there for a second.
Well, I'll be honest with you, watching the ball boy, kind of went backwards here.
Luckily, they didn't score there. Van Dossler tries to save it out of bounds. Grinnell keeps getting good positions of throw-ins here. 2:15 remaining in overtime number 1. Nice throw by Lauren Pease. Valley Joe Hausberger picks it up. Out of bounds. Who are they going to give it to? Knoxville. Nope, Grinnell. Pease throws in over the top. Smith almost tried to grab it, and Knoxville Shanks it out of bounds. Charlie Willis, that sets up Grinnell really nicely here. Pease over top. Ivy Schmidt will try to chase it down, and too far. Goal kick opportunity here for Abby Waddle. 1.5 to go, and unless something drastic happens, looks like we could be looking at our second overtime here. Widener on that far side working it around. Here's Jones upfield. I think Lindsley's over there. Back the other way. Shiloh Smith can't get in front of it. Knoxville's able to keep it ahead. Jones upfield. That's Baker up there. Smith tripped a little bit. They keep it ahead of him. Now Bridget Blanchard's able to corral it. Under a minute to go. And out of bounds. They will give it to Grinnell. Long throw upfield, and Smith gets bumped. Out of bounds. Kenneth Smith not happy about something over there. Throwing it again. 29 seconds to go. Shiloh Smith upfield. Sydney Miller is going to be there. Miller one-on-one. Shot attempt just misses to the right. Good attempt, though. Grinnell was right there. And Waddle, with 10 seconds left, will just kick this one as far as she can. And that will do it for the end of overtime number 1. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back for overtime number 2. 1-1, all done it up here in Grinnell. You're watching the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Jeff Finch here from West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell. We normally go to the auction to restock our used cars and trucks, but prices have skyrocketed. If we're going to overpay, we'd rather overpay our friends, neighbors, and past customers. Bring your vehicle in for a quick 20-minute appraisal. You can either take the cash, trade for a different vehicle, or walk away. In some cases, your vehicle may be worth more than you paid for it. See us at West Finch Auto Plaza in Grinnell or online at westfinch.com.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
The Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is brought to you by Polley's Pizza, West Finch Auto Plaza, and Grinnell Mutual.
40 minutes wasn't enough. An extra 10 minutes wasn't enough. Oh, no, 80 minutes wasn't enough. 90 minutes wasn't enough. We'll now try to go for 100 minutes. Maybe. Double overtime. Now ready to get going. 10 more minutes on the clock. Positions still stay the same. We do switch sides, so now Grinnell will be on the right side of the screen. Wind not in their favor, and now Knoxville gets the wind. I can't tell you, Grinnell's sideline is excited, trying to give their team some energy here. Wind has been howling all night long. I'm sure a lot of these girls want to get going back, and also possible rain coming back into the area here soon. All that to factor in here to overtime number 2. Here's Jones. Both Smiths going at it. Taylor and Shiloh. Taylor working her way around through all the traffic. Sends it back downfield, and no one's back for Knoxville. Hausberger will get it kicked out of bounds, and it will be Knoxville. Nope, Grinnell ball. Grinnell gets lucky there. Out of bounds. Knoxville throws in. Lindsley. Nice job by Smith to jump in front of it. Hausberger. Long shot attempt is good. Oh my goodness. Jacobs knocks it in from way out on the corner of the goal, and Knoxville wins it. Oh my goodness. Taylor Jacobs, the senior, with her 12th goal on the year from way out, puts it in the corner, way out of Olivia Renzi's reach, and that is how this finishes. Grinnell falls 2-1 to Knoxville in double overtime. Dad, you want to take a quick break, or we think you should be good to wrap up? So we'll wrap it up here. That's ends just like that. Obviously, tough loss for Grinnell, but a great job nonetheless by the Tigers, and congratulations to Knoxville. What a goal by Taylor Jacobs to end this game out for the Panthers. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Jeff, thanks for joining us up in the booth here this evening.
Thanks for having me up here.
For rules analyst, we appreciate you. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Thank you all for watching, and go Tigers. This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.